happy holidays and God's rich blessings for all of you. I'm reminiscing about all the great traditions that my folks started so long ago, and we are perpetuating them with our own kiddos every year. As a lot of you know, my parents moved away from their family in Montana over 50 years ago, north to Alaska, where I was born and raised, and that's where a lot of our traditions started. When you're a transplant away from your bio family, you tend to make your own family. And I was always a little jealous of my cousins who got to spend the holidays with my grandma and grandpa in Montana, but we had our own traditions of celebrating with other families that we, really became our family. And what we got in return for being far away was this big box of presents from Montana, with my favorite present of all, which was a Christmas tree ornament from whatever special trip my grandparents had taken that year. And Paul and I have continued that tradition, and our Christmas tree is not a glamour tree, but it's a hodgepodge filled with ornaments from my childhood and our own travels and our kids' creations. My mom was the best Christmas present wrapper. She would take time and energy and even curl the bows just so, and she always answered the phone, "Merry Christmas." She would start on December 1st. When asked why so early, she would say, just as loud as she could, "This is the day the Lord has made, and let's rejoice and be glad in it." And Mom did it all December long, and I've continued that. Many of us have lost people this year, and traditions are even more important, I feel like, after they're gone. This is our second year without my mom, and I'm carrying on every single one of hers. Opening jammies on Christmas Eve, and chip and dip appetizer, and scavenger hunt on Christmas morning, her famous egg casserole, and table presents that we'd open, silly little presents. When I married an Englishman, we added roasted potatoes and parsnips and Yorkshire pudding to our traditional Christmas dinners. And our new tradition that we started last year, what would Grammy think about this year? And what would be something new that she'd be doing? Mom was such a lifelong learner, and she was such an amazing example of a human becoming, not just a human being. And she tried to learn something new every single day. She loved meeting new people and having true connections with them. And that is one gift that she definitely passed on to me that's blessed my life so much. Another one Mom would love this year is our new tradition we started last year. The boys gave Sierra and I the best Christmas present ever, which is making a TikTok video with us. And even my dad participated. And we are not the most coordinated of dancers, but I tell you what, the guttural belly laughs that I've had watching that video over and over again have been priceless. That's definitely a tradition that we're going to continue this year. My best friend, Elizabeth, she lost her battle with cancer in February this year, and we had such a fun tradition of a girls' lunch and Christmas shopping, coupled with celebrating her birthday this month, and I miss her so much. But I find such comfort in talking about her and the so many chances that we had to live life together that we did have while she was here. And I'm amazed at how many people God has brought into my life with similar stories of loss this year. And yet they've been able to overcome their grief and honor their loved ones by persevering through the pain and finding even greater blessings as a result of it. God has just always met me more than halfway during every challenge I've faced, and my prayer is that He can do the same for you. We have another tradition that rather annoys my kiddos at times, but as we've continued every year, we've started to see them look forward to it, and we'll continue our ritual this week to finishing up our goals for the new year. And my mom was such a cheerleader when it came to this, and we would gather magazines and glue and paper, and we would create our goal boards together. And this year we're adding a little bit extra step. I shared over Thanksgiving some of the things, but this year we're adding 6 more questions. So what were your wins from 2020? What insights have you gained? What positive changes did you create to really reignite your intentions? How have you moved closer to your goals? And how committed are you to change in the new year? And after answering those questions, then we create our goals. I pray pray that you and your family can spend these next few weeks of the year honoring those that you may have lost, keeping them alive in your memories. I pray that you spend this week looking for the wins in your own life. I know it's been a crazy year, but I promise if you focus on those instead of the ways that life may have let you down, you will be better for it. And I pray that you let 2020 be a year that refines you, does not define you. There's 3 new things that I'm implementing. I'm going to stop taking offense by something another person says or does. I am going to have more conversations on the phone and less text, and I'm saying yes to less. I'm saying yes to the right things because I want to, not because I think I should. And you're getting this message because you have made an impact on my life. I'm so grateful to you. I'm going to be 50 in January, and I'm more excited about life than I've ever been. I hope you are too. One of my favorite verses is Jeremiah 20:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Blessings to you in this amazing life journey, my friends, and I can't wait to see you soon.